This is pens down. Here, journalists turn the CCTV camera on themselves and bring us the inner workings of how they get the stories, how they got into the craft, the challenges they grapple with, and everything in between. Today, I have been joined by the online editor for the new independentonline.com. He is also a 2022 grant recipient from the Thomson Reuters Foundation on reporting locally led adaptation schemes. His full profile will be displayed on the screen while we go on with this conversation. Ishmael Barfi has joined me today on PENSDOWN. Welcome, my brother.
Thank you very much, Jesse.
Right. Since you are an online editor, I am interested in social media. You got into journalism sometime 2006 when social media was not too popular with journalism. How has it
Exactly.
altered, how has it changed the face of journalism?
Uh, Online journalism has changed the face in the sense that, like the traditional newspaper, whereby you wait
Mm,
for the paper to come out to see your articles or your stories in the newspaper. For the
mm,
online, with just a click,
yeah.
your stories go viral, and you
Mm,
get thousands of people viewing your stories
yeah.
and commenting, and sometimes getting contacts to you to at least abreast you with information
Mm,
or ask for certain information. So
yeah.
online journalism has been good. It has
Mm,
improved the landscape of journalism, and
mm.
also it has given exposure
Okay.
to journalism.
Right. You've been at it since 2006. Roughly, that should be about 16 years or more in
Yeah, 16
journalism.
years. Yeah, yeah.
Although I think sometime between 2014 thereabout there was some 2 year or so break. But the greater
Yes, of
part of,
course.
I suspect, your working life has been in journalism.
Exactly.
In this period, there's been a lot of attrition. So many qualified professionals are abandoning the craft. What has kept you here?
Well, in the first place, journalism is about passion.
Mm,
It is a calling.
yeah.
It is something you should be willing and passionate about. It
Mm,
shouldn't be a profession you go into to look for your daily bread. Yeah, it's good, but it should be something, irrespective of the circumstances,
yeah.
you still want to practice it. And
Mm,
that have kept me in the profession.
okay. Okay. Now let's look at how you discovered the journalist in you. How did it all begin? The story of
Well, when I was
your
growing up,
relationship with the pen.
okay, when I was growing up, I had three professions in mind:
Mm,
to be a journalist, a
okay.
banker, and a lawyer. So along the line, completed GHS. My English teacher told me I'm good. I should pursue
Mm,
journalism communications.
mm,
So I
mm.
read general arts at Accra Academy. I
Okay.
graduated, further on to do journalism. So it has been something in me passionately. Love to
Okay.
read, love to write, love to interview people, interact with people,
Mm,
go depth into issues, and find ways and means to put it out there for people to understand what is going on around my environment.
mm. Okay. What would you say stands out as the most challenging assignment you've ever handled?
Well, the most challenging assignment was when I break through. That was 2007 there. That was when
Okay.
Kufu was building the Jubilee House.
Mm,
I was tasked by my boss and Mr.
mm.
Jonathan to do an cover because the figures was out there that it would be inflated. So I had to
Okay.
do a story on that. I had to
Mm,
go to the site, start with the people over there, the engineer, without them knowing I'm a media person.
okay.
So I had to gather all this information in a very difficult circumstance because I was green.
Mm,
And my boss was like, Ishmael, this is a story you have to do. I'm pushing
mm.
you out there to do that story. And I had to go out there, get my facts, cross check my facts, come back, do the story. And it was out there. And that was the story that got my name out there. And I had to switch off my phone the whole day because the calls were coming, well done, and it was exciting. I felt like, yeah, I'm now practicing journalism.
But in the course of that, would I say romance with death investigation, did you exercise fears? Was there a point you felt that, no, I need to abandon this for my safety, or everything went as planned?
No, it got to a point I had to tell my boss that I can't continue because health-wise, someone was able to identify who I was. But along the line, I was able to reposition myself, reposition my strategy to get a fight. So it wasn't easy. Sometimes you have to enter in there, pretend as if you're a laborer. You work with them. You are coming for a job. You work with them, carry the blocks, whilst you are interacting with the workers to know what is going on, what are some of the challenges they are facing. And so it wasn't easy, but it was fun. As a greenhorn, at least my first investigative story.
Will you say journalism pays? Does it pay?
Well, I would say in two folds. If you are talking of monetary, it's not really paying. But if you are talking of opportunities, yes, there are numerous opportunities in journalism. It's a matter of you positioning yourself and identifying what you are looking for. So it pays looking at where you want to pick it from. If it is monetary, then don't venture into journalism. If you are entering journalism to make butter and bread, then don't venture. But if you are into exploring, get the exposure, get the network, get the opportunities, then it is a profession you can venture into. But if it is the other way around, where you are looking at a doctor is being paid 1,000 cedis, 2,000 at the end of the month, then I'm sorry, you can't make that money. But from the opportunities you get, at least it goes a long way beyond the money you expect.
How has social media assisted you in your journalism practice personally?
Well, social media has affected, I've benefited much from social media, especially when I took over as an online editor. Sometimes you'll be on Facebook, you see certain information on Facebook. You go back, do your contacts, the relevant contacts you need to do, cross-check the facts you have seen on Facebook, and you do a story out of that. And sometimes you see it over there, people's attention have not gone there. But you pick it up and doing a follow-up and writing a story out of it, you draw that attention of people to that particular issue. So social media has its positive and negative. And it depends on how you utilize the social media. Yes, if you go on social media, you are over there to fish out information, right information, you will benefit out of it. If you're out there to fish out for bad information, you will get it there. So all boils down to the motive of you using the social media for. So social media has been very useful to me. I have learned a lot. Every day, I learn new vocabs. I learn new ways of writing. I improve upon my writing skills, my language, my choice of words. So it has its numerous positive opportunities if you really want to make use of it. So I personally, it has improved upon my writing skills, my confidence, and my interaction with people.
These 14 years or more that you have been in journalism, what would you say represent your golden moments or your golden memories?
My golden memories, they're numerous. The recent one would be last year when I had to embark on a project that is Thompson Reuters Foundation grants. I was far behind time of schedule, so I had to go to shopping mall, Accra Mall, to pick a motorbike from Accra Mall to Volta region.
Really? On a motorbike?
Yeah, on a motorbike from Accra Mall to Volta region to Fiazo. It was interesting. It was interesting, also risky, because diving through the vehicles, the motor rider, you sitting behind, the wind blowing, it was between life and death. But I was determined to make sure I get this story out. And it was something. After I was done with the story, I asked myself, was I the one who sat behind the motorbike to Water region? Because it was surprising to sit on a motorbike from Accra Mall to Fiazo, Water region.
Yeah.
To make sure you get your story done. It was something interesting. And the other one was in 2012 when I got an opportunity to go to Ethiopia. On the ticket of UNFPA Meccan. And it was fun. Actually, that was my first time of traveling in the aircraft. And I had to vomit in the aircraft because I was naive by then, sitting in the aircraft. So my colleagues had to tease me when we came back. And since then, I feel okay to sit in the aircraft to travel. So these two moments really taught me that life is how you take it. And life is all about risks. And if you take the risks and you're bold enough to go through, you have memories to share with others and also learn from them and make an impact.
If we are to go back into time 20 years, are you still going to choose journalism?
Why not? It's not about the money, it's about the passion. Because if I should be a doctor and I don't have the passion, I'm frustrating myself. Career is about passion. It is not butter and bread. Yes, it's very important to consider that, but after butter and bread, do you enjoy what you are doing? Do you get a fun of what you are doing? So 20 years to come and I'll still practice journalism. But journalism comprises everything. Teaching, like all professions in journalism. You get the opportunity to interview doctors, you learn on certain things, you get the opportunity to interview the politicians, the nurses, the teachers. So you get an in-depth of all the professions. So it's about the passion. It's about the passion, my brother. It's not about, if it's about the money, you know what I'm talking about. I know the money you get is peanuts. It's nothing to write home about. Yes. I know the month, 100 cities. What can 100 cities do to you? You'll be discouraged. And even sometimes it does not even come. The salary don't come. But you still wake up in the morning, dress, go to your assignments, get the stories out there. So it's a passion that moves. It's not the monetary aspects.
Let's talk about Solly.
I will have created.
Talking about money, let's talk about Solly. What is your take on it?
Solly to say, Solly is not bad because look at the landscape, the industry we are in now. It is hard for employees to pay workers because most media houses drives on advertisement. Yeah, that is where they get their revenue from. So if advertisement is not coming in, it becomes difficult for them to pay their workers. So regarding to Solly is not. Some will say you are bribing. No, it's not bribe. It is a means of telling the judge, okay, you have come. This is to ease your way back home or way to the office to get your story done. So Solly is not a bad thing. It depends on the context you want to put it in. It depends on the context you want to put it in.
Now let me find out from you. Some colleagues I have hosted here.
I'm coming. If you talk of Solly, what is Solly? What is Solly?
That money given to journalists. In fact, popularly it has to do with assignment. But behind the scenes also, sometimes when you are tackling a story idea and you approach a new source, they might also want to part with some notes to you here and there, you know.
So that's why I said it depends on the context you put it in. With a second explanation you gave,
yes,
it may either be to kill the story or to wet your palm to soften your write-up, or it may be the other way around to encourage you to continue doing what you are doing. So it depends on the angle you want to pick it from.
But I'm looking at it this way. You come for my program, I hand over an envelope containing money to you as a thank you or Pentecostal handshake or whatever anybody wants to describe it. My story is not published. My story is not aired. Then I keep calling you, asking you when my story is aired. What exactly then was the meaning of that envelope I gave you?
Well, Jesse, with the scenario I've given, you should know that the reporter is not the final say of the story.
That's
it is the editor.
Yes.
Good. So you giving the envelope does not mean that automatically your story will be aired. You get it? The reporter may do the story, but the backstop ends with the editor. So the editor can decide, okay, this story, I may not use it at this time because if it takes 2-3 weeks, it is still relevant. So I'll wait for to push the story.
Some may not be used at all.
Good. That is it. So sometimes it happens to me. And when you call, I tell you, oh, your story was done. But I will explain to you that I'm not the final say of publishing the story. It is my editor.
Yes.
I've put it to my editor. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And sometimes editors also look at the story and the way the story, this story is very juicy. And they may be expecting you, the reporter, to, I don't see.
Bring them their share of the national cake.
Well, you said it. I did not say it.
You gave me every inspiration to say that.
So sometimes it is a give and take.
Yes.
So that is the industry. But in a nutshell, as I said earlier on, it depends on the angle you are looking at. For instance, if I come to your assignments and you give me an envelope, I look at the story. Yes, I will take it. But I will still do the story in the way I want the story to go.
Okay.
Your money I've given will not influence how I want to do my story.
Okay.
It have happened instances I go, they give, I do the story, and they see the story. Oh, we told you did. No, I said it is my discretion to write the way I feel like putting out there. It is not you. You have presented your case. It's up to me, the reporter, to put it how I want the story to be out there, to tell the story, and to make the impact I'm looking for. And sometimes PRs get angry that, oh, we wanted you to do a promotional story. And in that instance, that is where your editor will also say that there was something juicy in it because he looks at the story and says, this story is promotional. What is in for me? You get what I'm saying? So it's a
at what point in this news processing enterprise or in this news processing situation do we assign corruption? At what point?
Jesse, this question is heavy for me to answer. Yes, because the word corruption, as I keep on saying, it depends on the context you want to put it in. You understand? If the purpose of you giving the money is to corrupt me, then there's an element of corruption there. Okay. But if the purpose of you giving the money to me is to appreciate my work
Yes.
but not to influence my work, then I'm okay with that. Then there's no
Okay.
corruption over there. Yeah, so it depends on the motive of you giving the money out. If
now
the motive is to
let me put you on the spot.
My write-outs, then we can say that is corruption. That
let
is,
me put you on the spot.
No, just don't put me on the spot. Okay.
Has there been any time you have been approached with anything monetary or material to compromise the details of any story you were doing and take it?
Oh yeah, it happens. I won't deny that it happens. And sometimes to our earlier discussion, you asked whether journalism pays.
That's right.
That is where we have the problem, because you will see a media practitioner who have practiced for so long, have nothing, and has a juicy story, and he gets in touch with the other side of the party, and they are willing to pay him off. Trust me, the person looks left and right. Look at his condition. Look at service of condition and what he's going through.
Yeah.
They are humans. What will happen? He will take it, because at the end of the day, he's working for butter and bread. However, it depends on your integrity, what you stand for, or what you want to achieve. That is the thin line of this profession. It is your conscience that will tell you that, okay, with what I want to do.
Yes.
In some years back, can I hold myself up before the person that I am righteous, or to say I'm without blemish? So it is the conscience and the mindset, the integrity. That is it. I would say integrity. If you want to compromise your integrity, fine. But for I to say I can't compromise my integrity, because yes, I can take the money. You give the money, I will take it. But you, the person who gave the money, may go back to tell people, oh, this person is corrupt. You can buy him with 1,000 cities. Or when you get a story, and you understand. So I look at all these things, and I will not compromise on that. I won't.
Some colleagues have said that journalists should be licensed. Do you agree that journalists should be licensed?
I believe that is why we have GJA, Ghana Journalists Association.
But that is a voluntary association.
Yeah, that is voluntary association. It is in two folds. If you talk of license, what are you talking about? In a sense that they're going to be like doctors, whereby they have
as it happens in the medical and the legal professions.
Well, to a certain extent, yes, it will bring sanity in the profession, because sometimes you go out to assignments and you see people carrying themselves as journalists, and you tell them to write just a one-page story for you, and it becomes a struggle. Yes, they are just there for the monetary, the solid, but not for the content. So if licensing this profession will bring sanity, why not? In a sense that whenever you go out, you have everybody has a unique license number, ID number.
Yeah. Which
a PR or an organization can check in the data to see whether you are credible or you are not credible. And I believe that is what we need now. And if DJ can pick that aspect up, it will help at least to put sanity, because now people don't really respect the profession now.
Some have raised the issue that licensing might end up putting who can practice in the hands of politicians who can easily masquerade behind the licensing body to settle scores with journalists who do hard-hitting stories.
Yes, so you see, as I said earlier on, it has its goods and bad. So it's a matter of sitting down around the table, put all the cards on the table, look at the gray areas, look at the good areas. Then we can have a consensus on it. If talk of what you raised, then we can look at independent body, not in the hands of a politician or someone who called the shot. It can be among ourselves, entrusted to do that without any external influence. Yes. If we can, that will be possible, but not put in the hands of Ministry of Information to give glances to practitioners. Then what you're talking about will take effect. Because if I know you're a hardcore practitioner, I won't license you because you're a troublemaker. I will not give you the license for you to come and cause trouble for me. So in one aspect, yes, what you're talking about may happen. But if all the parties involved, all the stakeholders are able to sit around the table and put the cards well on the table and digest, and say, okay, we want to do this without external influence. Let's have an independent body within ourselves who will solely be responsible for licensing practitioners. Then we can hold them accountable for what they do. Yeah.
Okay. Politicians and politically exposed persons are increasingly setting up media houses. The increasing political ownership of the media. Are we setting ourselves up with a time bomb, or there is no cause for concern?
This issue is alarming because day in and day out, you do hear new radio stations. And you get down to the bottom, you realize that it belongs to a politician.
Yes.
Or you realize it belongs to someone who is affiliated to a political party.
Yes.
And all these things are tools they want to use to propagate their gospel, in quotes, their message to the masses. However, it is not wrong for a politician to set up a media house when he distinguishes himself from the media house and give it to an independent body to run it. What I mean is, yes, I'm a politician. I've set up a radio station. I'm not in the day-to-day of the media house. I have my own. I don't call the shop. With that, yes, it's the shops in the media house we have a problem. Because there may be a story, a newsroom, but it may be against his political party. What happens? The story is killed. It's buried, which is wrong. Irrespective of the political party the owner belongs to, it should be neutral. Give room for your friends or media house to broadcast news that is worth broadcasting, irrespective of whoever is involved. So on that issue, it is dicey. It is things. If the politicians can distinguish themselves from the media house they are setting up, yes, it's good. Because it takes a lot of resources to run a media house. Pay of bills, the human resource you are going to put, you have to pay them, maintenance. So it is capital intensive. Yes. So if a politician can distinguish himself from the day-to-day activities of the radio station or the TV station or the newspaper, fine. It is okay because he's a business person.
Yes.
So he has anything to business. He wants to make profits. Yes, that should be the bar stop. It shouldn't extend to the other side, that is the politics. If the line can be drawn in that way, I have no problem with that. But if it is the other way around, where you see the politicians getting involved, deciding, and sometimes running shows on their own radio stations and citing the whole of it, then that is where we have a serious problem. And National Media Commission needs to look at some of these things. Because as we are heading towards election next year, I'm trying to see a lot of radio and some may be for the NPP, some may be for the NDC, some may be for the other political parties. All these things is just to create, in quote, chaos, or just to put out a news out there that will bring them some votes and other things. So it's a matter of drawing the thin line. You're a politician, you can run a radio station, but you need not to be involved in the day-to-day activities. Have your management to run the media house, who reports to you, then you go, you get into it. That is my view on that.
How long do you intend to go before you drop your pen? You've done more than a decade. How many more years do you want to go?
Well, very soon I intend of venturing into law. I have the intention of pursuing law. So once a journalist, always a journalist. Yes, I may retire, but not retire, because when you draw a pen, you still have some consultancy you have to do. You'll still be engaged in editing newsletters and those stuff. So there's no retirement. The retirement is, okay, I'm out of active service. But behind the scenes, you still get certain contract or certain consultancy you have to get yourself involved. So there's retirement, but there's no retirement. Let me put it that way. Yes.
Would you
encourage?
Goes on
retirement. A doctor goes on retirement, but whilst going on retirement, he's being consulted on certain issues. For him to, so there's retirement, but there's no retirement.
Would you encourage your child or a mentee who has an interest in journalism to take to the craft?
Well, as I keep on saying, it should be passion. Every profession should be a passion for you. And if you want to practice journalism, it should be something you love to do. You love to interact with people. You love to write. You love to read, because journalism involves a lot of reading, a lot of networking, a lot of interacting with people. So if you don't have a passion for all these things, honestly, so the first thing I would do a career in journalism. So based on the answer you give me, then I will know how to interact with you and coach you or encourage you to pursue that particular lane you want to pursue.
Has your life ever been threatened in the line of duty?
Oh yeah, it has. It has. That sometimes you don't sleep at home. You have to change places of sleeping. And sometimes you close from work, you can see people following you, so you have to change your direction of where you are going. If you are going straight, you have to find another way to curve, to swerve off the people you see that they are following you. Wherever you pass, you see them following you. And it happens. Any media practitioner who says have not been threatened, then that person is not really practicing. But if you are really practicing and doing the hardcore stories, you step on toes. For that is a fact. You will step on some people's toes without you knowing you have stepped on their toes. And those people will want to come after you. Some will call you to threaten you on phone. Some will find ways and means to know where you live. Some even comes to where you live, ask, oh, I'm looking for this person, or Tihama, like they want a little background of you. What time you close, you come home, what time you leave home to work. And it's that way.
Do you feel safe as a journalist?
I feel safe. This question. Like now or previously?
Do you feel safe as a journalist?
I feel safe as a journalist. Well, it is 50-50. Yes, because now you are very skeptical of what you write because you don't know who is going to pick your story and chase you. Even sometimes on our WhatsApp platform, our Medium WhatsApp platform, you see some people screenshotting your message to a political person, and you will get a phone call will come through. Oh, it is you said this on this platform. Why? And it's I would say it's 50-50. I don't you it is 50-50.
Let me pull the brakes here.
This question is 50-50. Let's take it away.
Let me pull the brakes here.
Yeah.
Let me pull the brakes here and thank you for this conversation on PENSDOWN. Today I've had the company of Ishmael Barfi, who is online editor for the new independentonline.com. He's done journalism since sometime 2006, and he's still soldiering on. He does not see retirement as an option, although he says he will retire at a point. I don't even know what that means, but we wait to see. This has been PENSDOWN. We'll be back next time with another colleague, and we'll be talking their journalism journey. We are grateful for the audience and for your company. Thank you very much, my brother, for your time.
Thank you. I remember those days with you in the media. Yes. You're once a practitioner. I'm always a practitioner.
Fantastic. You're right.
Yeah, and I learned a lot from you. And thanks for that.
Thank you very much. I'm honored and humbled.
You're welcome.
Right. That'll be all for now. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next time with another.
Thank you very much.
We'll have a different colleague join us
to talk their
journalism journey. Bye for now.